Hi everyone, I'm Celeste and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I will be discussing and showing you how I made this beautiful white goth dress of my own design. And this is in part of collaboration with Sangria, New York. You can find her on Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Her links are in the description and make sure to check out what she came up with. In our collaboration, we are making white dresses off of a spider motif design. And the catch is we have 3 rules. 1, the dress has to be white. 2, it has to include spider kind of theme or kind of spider accessories. And 3, we cannot spend any money. So this is a very sustainable outfit that we are making. So no buying anything new. Let's use what we have on hand and make something fabulous. If you're new to my channel, hi and welcome. I am Celeste Orchid. I'm also a cosplayer, not just a designer, and I've been doing this since 2005/2006. The sewing part since 2006. I used to do other things. But if you like this kind of content, make sure to click like or subscribe down below. And let's go ahead and get into the video so I can show you what this looks like. So at the end of the video, you'll see me in this outfit, and make sure to check out Kia's video if you are watching this already and then you just haven't seen hers and you just need to click the link in the description box. Okay, let's get into the making of part. Yeah! So for my design, I was thinking of either having like bubble sleeves or long sleeves or some kind of romantic kind of sleeve. I do want some kind of corset lacing, so I was originally thinking something in the front or on the sides. Now, I don't have a lot of pieces with it on the sides, so I was thinking I could try that. And then I always love a layered skirt, so I was thinking either a long layered skirt, depending on how much fabric I have, or a short layered skirt. Now with the spider design, I don't know what kind of fabrics I have that would invoke the spider design, but I was thinking of like making kind of like a beaded spider web kind of skirt cage. I don't know how well that will go because that seems extremely thin and you can't really see it. But depending on the fabrics that I choose, I might not do that. But we'll see. I'm really leaning towards this semi-milkmaid kind of like gothic style and innocent and pure kind of thing. I don't know. We'll see. So originally I had some ideas about using this material, but it turned out it was actually more of a blue and a silver. So I didn't use it, but I'm going to use it as my mock-up to test out this new pattern that I have. This is my first time using this shirt pattern, and I wanted to make sure it looked okay with added skirts. Now that I like how that looks, I'm going to start doing it to a white material, and that is going to be part of my collaboration dress. And I really like these lines that are on it because it reminds me of spider webs. And so I'm going to do that. And I added these little eyelets here out of ribbon so I can create the corsetting. I literally cut out so many of these little white ribbon pieces and I don't know the sizing anymore, rather than spending the time and looking for where I put the white little ribbon strips. I think I'm just going to have the corset lacing go to the front of the bodice as opposed to the sides. Sometimes you just got to roll with the punches because I have a newborn baby and I'm not going to be sitting here crying that I can't get it done and looking for something. So we're just going to push forward. Okay, so I have serged the edges and then I put the edges down flat. And now I'm going to insert some boning, aka finally some zip ties. And I mean industrial strength. Don't mind the dirt on it. It fell out of my hands. Okay, so I'm going to cut these up, put them into the little channels, and then attach it to the top of the bodice. I'm running so short on time, so I'm probably going to change a lot of this design to have not as much spider accents. And that's because I have a newborn baby, but that's not going to stop me from finishing this outfit. If you can see here, the main shirt part is finished. It just needs a good press and the zipper. Now the neckline, I'm actually going to change to be like an open kind of like V. And then I'm going to install a zipper here. And then I'm thinking of actually adding a scarf tie at the top to kind of like give it an ascot feel. And then I'm going to go with a puffy sleeve down to my elbow, kind of like here. And then I just got to add the skirt. So I found this fabric in my stash and I have quite a lot of it. I don't know what else I would use it for, but this kind of reminds me of spider silk. So I definitely think it'll look great as an overskirt on top of the already fabric that I'm using that kind of reminds me of spider threads. Speaking of spiders, I found these clear iridescent beads that I could use as spiders too. If you want to know something that's really lazy about me is that I actually don't like buying lots of string. And you can see here that this is like the only cone of white string that I have. Otherwise, I'd be using it with my serging machine. That way, it wouldn't be taking me so long to serge the entire shirt and outfit. And this fabric frays a lot. So I'm using my normal sewing machine because I don't have that much white thread anyways to wind more bobbins and just sit there. It'd be so much faster if I did, but I didn't. So just be smart with what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, yeah, I just cut out my what is this? Sleeve band, and now I'm going to add it to my sleeve, and then I'm going to add it to the bodice. And it's going to look so good, and then I can work on the skirt. I keep saying that, but I haven't done it yet. The crime of it all is that my dog Peachy just farted and I'm in my office and it's like sealed really good. So I smell lots of dog fart right now. It's pretty painful. Okay, so we got the sleeves sewn on. It looks so cute. You can kind of see what direction I'm going for. I really want the skirt to be more voluminous, so I might tear up a different petticoat and add it at the bottom. I'm deciding on how long I want the zipper or what color, but we did say it should be white. And so I think I'm just going to go with the pure white zipper that I have here. And then I'm going to start cutting out the skirts. So this one is already a pre-cut piece of fabric that I have already had. I didn't realize I had it, but I'm not really ever using this material again. I don't know what I used it for in the first place, but now I'm going to make sure I cut it out. And I want to use as much of it as possible. That's why I have this here. And it's going to have much more flare than this. So I think it's going to look heckin' cute. And then after that, I'm going to have this underneath it. So it's definitely going to have different kind of like swirly kind of textures. I think I'm going to leave off the spider web hanging here and just make it into a necklace. No, I can't do that because I wanted to add a collar here. So I might just make like a brooch or something to help close it there, and then just install the zipper, and then my dress will be done. And then I just gotta add accessories. I know what I did for this one. All I did was create a circle and then I cut out the center and then I cut out the circle, if that makes any sense, right? Yeah. So here we are of the first layer of the skirt. I have it cut out. Now I'm going to cut a straight line down one of these areas so I can assemble all these pieces together. There's actually 3 pieces of the skirt, so there's a lot to assemble. If you can see, there's 1, 2, and 3, and that's going to make it super big. I'm really excited, so yay. So it doesn't really matter. I think I'm just going to cut straight here. It's really hard to do one-handed, but you know what I mean. Cutting one-handed for you guys. Make sure to give this video a like. Yes, this fabric sucks. Okay, so now that I have the skirt all sewn together, the first layer skirt, because I'm actually going to do 2 layers just like this one. This bottom hemline is just going to get serged. I'm not going to actually fold it over like I do with my other fabrics because I really like the way that this crinkles and I want to keep that integrity. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and hopefully I keep up with my bobbin threads. Yeah, so we're gonna do that, okay? Apparently, this is exactly the same pattern that I used on this circle skirt, and the downfall is I didn't want them to be exactly the same length, and I don't want to cut it in half. So what I'm gonna do is just extend it as much as I can to make sure I use as much of this fabric as possible, which unfortunately on this side is just 1 inch, so I'm just gonna have to do 1 inch from there. Yeah, so we're just gonna do that and then continue to use the rest of it, as many skirts as possible, so I can put it at the bottom of the shirt and combine it. You can see here that I extended it out by 1 inch and I've made all these little marks. So all I had to do is cut around that, and I'm still going to serge the bottom edge because I don't want to lose any of the length of the skirt hemline. Bottom of the skirt, I actually cut 5 pieces. One of the pieces is on the fold, and then the rest are individual pieces. So you can see here, there's that. This one is separated, already pinned, ready to be sewn. And so this is going to be super, super, hopefully enough for my skirt to go on. And then I can pin the skirt onto the top and it will look really nice. And I'll show you guys how to do that. I'm going to assemble the skirt pieces together, making sure that the really puffy side is where it needs to be so that it matches the way that the shirt looks. I seem to get this question a lot on my YouTube channel on how to do this, how to do that. And one of them was combining skirts together to make something like this, where there's multiple layers. I'm going to show you how I'm doing that now so I don't feel stupid and not actually film it like my Mima red dress video, which I thought I filmed, but the content was actually corrupted and I don't have that footage. So you're gonna see it in this video instead. Sew all the layers of my bodice and my skirts together. I'm going to combine them first at the middle point because I have a front opening. Now, if it wasn't a front opening, I would combine it at the front, which would be the middle point, and then combine it at the back. So I'm going to find the middle of my skirt by putting the 2 edges together and then marking it with a pin, which I did here. And I'm going to pin it right sides together first onto the shirt. Now I take the other edge and making sure I didn't twist it so it's nice and straight. There's the center back and then it goes all the way across. Here is the edge of the skirt. I'm going to take it to the edge of the front and I'm going to pin that together. So now that I have the edge piece and the middle piece pinned, I'm going to bring the pieces together to make kind of like this fold. And then I mark the center point of that. And then I'm going to do that for the skirt piece. So this is the bodice that I just did. And I folded it and pulled it. And that got the middle. Now I do the same thing with this piece, which is the skirt, the first skirt, the top layer skirt. And then I find the middle point, I mark it with another needle, and now I'm going to bring those 2 new points together so that way when I sew it and gather it, it is evenly distributed. You don't want to have a lopsided skirt, but this one is fine. So now this is the middle point and this is the back point, and this is how much skirt I have to gather in between. Now you can keep on doing this finding the middle point method to make sure that it's even, and that way you can really just see how much gathers need to be in one area. It is okay to do this method. You could also just gather the entire skirt and ruffle it until it fits. I personally find that a little bit more tedious, so I don't like doing that method as much. I've also messed up plenty of times, and see, this is how many times I've done it as opposed to this side. So this is still open, and then I'm going to find it one more time. And this is a very unique waist area because it curves along my hips. So it's kind of more important that I do get it to hang properly as opposed to not, because I've done stupid shit before in my day. So there's that. And we're just going to pin it. And now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to sew this down after I do the other side as well. I'm going to go ahead and sew this down. So right now it looks a little puffy. I'm just going to try to pleat it in certain areas like here, like this, or gather it, making sure that it's okay. Then I'm going to repeat this process. So then this skirt, this top layer skirt is already basted down. So I don't have to really try to make sure that it doesn't fall trying to combine 2 skirts. Now you can do that, but I don't recommend it because I usually mess up that way. Okay, so this is me attempting to show you how to sew it together using one hand and such, because this is what you do. You sew 2 pieces of fabric together, and this is a skirt. And I'm just in between like little sections, I'm just pleating it one way so that way it will fit the entire little piece of the shirt. And I'm going to do that all around the bodice and adding the skirt. And then I'm going to repeat and show you again with the other skirt. Okay? That sounds awesome. Yeah. Okay, so you can see here that the skirt is actually sewn onto the bodice. This is the first layer, and so it's got a nice basting stitch. I went ahead and went all the way around and pinned the middle sections of the second skirt, which is a lot bigger. So I'm going to have a lot more pleats, and then I'm going to sew it together. Having the first skirt sewn down is actually super helpful. That way, if I have any mistakes, I'm not actually going to unpick the skirt, the first skirt. I'm only going to unpick the second skirt. So I don't have to worry about that. Okay, so I'm going to be using a basic regular stitch, and I'm going to fold this as I continue to sew. Okay, here we are. This is now the attached skirts. So first we sewed down the original skirt here. This is the wrong side, but when we flip it over, you can see that the skirts are now layered. So you do layer by layer, almost like an onion reversed. You sew one down and then you sew the next. In this way, you can prevent any of the skirts from slipping out from the pins and then having like a drop pleat. That's not fun. And then we are done. Wrong! We are not done. We gotta serge that shit so that way it doesn't fray. And I mean, it's already starting to fray. You can see some of the strings coming off from the fabric. So we're going to take it back to the sewing machine and make sure that it is together. Awesome. This is how far we've come. Now it looks a little disheveled, but that's because it's not on me and it's supposed to be a little bit looser there. So overall, this is what it looks like. This actually hangs really low at my hips. And then I have the corset lacing. It doesn't really close that well right now because we're going to add a zipper next. Now the zipper, I want it to go right here. And if you've seen my videos before or the shorts, you can actually see how to add a zipper. If you have any questions on that, leave a comment and then I will give you the link in the comments. Or you can check the description box or just check out my channel. So I just need to add the zipper and then add the neck piece here. And I'll show you how I do that. But first, let me install the zipper. And the skirts are now super attached and hemmed. They look great. And I just need to give it a good iron. It's looking fabulous. This video is not sponsored by plastic because plastic will kill turtles. Again, this video is not sponsored by plastic, but we have a bubble tea break. All right, let's get this dress done. Now that the zipper is installed, I'm going to sew the skirts individually together one by one. This way I know that they are lined up properly and that they will still have their own respective like flowiness. And that way they don't just like come together and be like bleh and stuck together. And they can flow together, and when I twirl, they won't be stuck and looking kind of funny at the front of the dress. So I'm going to pin it together first with this clear, super wavy fabric. I'm going to pin it first and then bring it all the way up. And then I'm going to pin these two pieces together at the bottom hem and then sew it all the way up. And then I'm going to sew down the edge of the zipper closed. Then this bottom half of the dress is done. And now I just got to do the neck. Yeah. Ah, isn't she lovely? She's looking like something fabulous. So now we got to create the strap that's going to go here that ties in the front like a little bow. And to do that, I'm going to be using the rest of this material, creating a nice strip of fabric. So I'm going to create it into a tube and then sew it along the neckline. Once I get it on the neckline, I then can go this way, folding this in and then finishing the top. Thus completing the rest of my dress. Look at this. Look at the zipper. It was looking so good. Yes, 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 yes. Because I'm a sucker for really long, kind of big floppy bows, I think I'm going to have a thick bow, like, yeah, that big. So as big as my hand. I don't know. I could just put my hand down and then cut from there to there and making a nice rectangle. I'm using this hem ruler to help me actually cut a straight line so I don't mess up. See, 6 inches. So I went ahead and created a tube. What you do with your tube is flip it inside out. Before you do that, cut your corners. This way it will not be bulky. This isn't really a corner because it's a fold, so this isn't really a corner and that is a fold. And so this is a corner, so I cut it. So when I flip it inside out, it will not be bulky. So now I'm flipping it inside out, so the right sides are on the outside. Actually, you know what? Before I do that, because this fabric frays really hard, I'm going to go ahead and serge it and then flip it inside out, give it a, what is it called? A press, and then attach it to the dress, and then I just need to do the corset lacing when I get inside it. By the way, yes, I did spill bubble tea on my shirt. Oopsies! And this is a sweater! I mean, yeah, it's a sweater. Oops. This is a piece that's going to be wrapped around my neck and used a lot. I'm going to go ahead and top stitch the seams. That way they are going to be nice and secure so they don't come unraveled and I don't have to fix it in the future. So I made sure to attach the collar by folding it in half, you know, putting the, why is this so long? Oh my God, because I wanted a big bow. Okay, so I folded it in half and then I pinned it to the back of the shirt dress top here, which is this seam. Then I went around and pinned it on each side before I get to the front of the blouse, which isn't going to be too long. Now I just got to do a nice sew and then I can press everything down and we are done with the dress. Again, done with the dress. I think it's really important to have some actual spider webs in this video so you guys can see the inspiration that I draw from. For my accessories, I have a spider headband that has AB rhinestones, so they are iridescent, and you can see them here. And he's a cute little spider guy. I also have this spiderweb necklace. Now, I'm not sure if this is going to be too visible with the neck tie, but I do have it. Originally, I was going to have all of these spiderweb beadings along the dress, but then with the fabric and the way that it has been designed, I think it would be too much and it wouldn't look right. So I'm going to keep it simple to something like this chain necklace. And if I really want to go balls to the wall, I have a very special box that I've made here on my YouTube channel before, which has a glow in the dark spider with a box and a little hidden special surprise inside. You want to know what it is? It is actually my spider teeth. I used this for a film that I was in, and if I want to look like a spider, I can put these in. I'll just need to give them a good brushing because it's been a while. But they are here, and if I want to get in them, there's my little surprise. So you'll be seeing me hold this as a little display. It's really cute to go with my white outfit. So let's go ahead and get into my outfit and show you what I'm pairing it with, or how it all looks together, you know what I mean? So that's what we're gonna do. I just wanna like pause right now and show you guys, look at these cute little bracelets that I have. Like they're all Halloween-y themed. Like this one has a pumpkin and little candy. And then this one has candy, pumpkin, it says Halloween. It says Halloween. There you go, you can see it. And it's just so cute. I love little seasonal bracelets. I don't get to wear them often. I also can't wear a lot of things often because I have a baby. And like my earrings right now, I think my baby would rip them out of my ears. So I'm probably gonna take these off and go tend to him in a minute. Ah! finished off, like I said, with a wig, the necklaces, and well, it's one necklace, with the necklace and the spider headpiece, and then I wore white thigh-high boots. I thought my skirt would be a lot shorter, but it actually turned out to be a lot longer, so I'm like, yes, thank you. I don't want to have my hoo-ha exposed to the world. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this collaboration with Kia Sangria New York. I almost said Kia Forte. Definitely not that. She is Kia Sangria New York. Make sure to check her out on all her socials. The description box has them in the comment in down below. If you have anyone else that you'd like to see me collaborate with, link them down below and I'll reach out to them. Let's see if we can make some more collaboration dresses with some specific rule sets. Or if you have any ideas for other rule sets in the future, leave them in a comment down below as well. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, remember to like this video if you enjoyed it. And remember to stay inspired, be creative. And I will see you in a future video. Bye, Celestials. Bye. So here's a little extra for you special people. I know this video looks like it's long, but it's just the ending that might look long. If you want to see what it looks like without the green wig, with my semi-blue hair, like my hair is blue, but it's like fading to like a teal and I love it. Let me like zhuzh my hair a bit so it's not so flat. Then you can see what it looks like with the dress and the shoes. And I can put the, where did I put it? My little my spider headband. And then we can see what it looks like this way. Well, see, look what happened. I should have done this before, but I was like, no, it's fine. I'm not gonna do that. But now I am. Without the wig, I think I look still really good. Yeah. La, 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 la. I love the thickness of the skirts. Yeah. I know I said I was gonna turn it into a bow, but then I can't see my cleavage, and I thought that was like unfortunate because I really wanted to show off my necklace. But it looks really cool. And go like these. I think that's a little bit big, but you know, I'm a clown. Like this. Now I feel like an aristocrat.